Good evening and welcome to our annual spring concert, the final last concert. But that is good stuff, it's all right. I got a couple, so the other night, if you were able to make it, I was really restricting myself on stories, but not tonight. So I'm going to tell a couple here and there. But anyway, a long time ago, 43 years, that's how long it's been. I can remember my very first day teaching, and I'm certainly going to remember these last days. So, very wonderful memories. Enjoy kids all the time. So, like I said, we'll tell a couple things here and there, but please welcome to the stage our concert band. So as everybody is well aware, it's a Disney year, so we're certainly going to hear a couple of Disney tunes tonight. I love the Disney stuff. It's all well written. It all brings back great memories. And so I also wanted to say, while I'm on this topic of Disney, to thank all of you who participated in our fundraisers and all that stuff. It all worked out very well. We have 100, and now we're up to 107 kids going to Disney. As my wife would get it, yeah. As my wife would say, I'm going with 107 of my best friends to Disney. So, here we go. Let us bring out our next conductor of the evening in his 4th year here at Covington High. So, when we did the interviews to replace Ms. Burton for the assistant position, we got in quite a few names, and that was wonderful. You know, we had a lot of people interested in coming to teach here. Well, then when we finally made our decision, I spoke with Mr. Smith, and I said, oh, by the way, Mr. Smith, it's a 20-year commitment. So he's only in 4. So we're going to see him a while. So please welcome to the stage Mr. Anthony Smith. So we started a long, long time ago. Now we're going a long, long, long time ago. 45 years ago when Mr. Perez started teaching. So, yeah, that's right. So what happened was, him and I met in college. And what was really unique about the other night was, I met Mr. Perez in the Loyola concert band. He just showed up. He was working on masters. They were sitting next to each other playing alto. If you were here, you saw Mr. Ford play the clarinet. He's incredible. And Mr. Ford was in that band as well. I was like, wow, there's all my college people coming back. That was pretty awesome. So anyway, I met Mr. Perez in Loyola in college, and we became friends over the years. And so what you want to do is, if you're starting to feel old, you've got to hire somebody older than you. That's how it goes. So I had that going for me for the last 10 years. Mr. Perez had retired He retired a few times over the years. They stopped teaching there, and he stopped it, whatever it was. So he went back to get a degree at Southeastern. And so he's got like 3 or 4 degrees. I don't know. I don't really count on it. That's a lot. Anyway, so he finished his last master's, I think, which was in doubling on woodwinds. He's a very fine player, flute, clarinet, sax. He plays oboe. It's crazy. So I went to him and I said, he says, I think I'm going to go get a doctorate. I said, no, You need to come teach with me. Stop that. They get you no money. Stop going to degrees. And I was able to convince him to come here and teach with us the last 10, 11 years. We haven't been a while. And then I told him the other part of the contract. You see, Mr. Smith keeps saying, I don't remember you telling me it was 20 years. I remember saying it. So. But I did tell Mr. Perez, you cannot retire until I retire. So that's why this is how this played out. And of course, the other night we said, hey, I told him back in December, I said, you know, we're going out, we need to play for the kids. I've always been in the habit every 4 or 5 years playing for the students, but I don't know what happened in the last few years. I guess with COVID and everything, things changed. I wasn't thinking about it. I said, well, we'll play. So we played that tune. So if you were here, we played Where Is the Love, which came out in the 70s. Yeah, I know. I was in high school, played that in junior and high school. That was the first time I played it. So I said, hey, we're going to play that because it's very hard to find duet tunes, and it worked out beautifully because he's a sax player, we're both sax players. So that was a nice moment for both of us to get a chance to play for you. We enjoyed that. So, as I said, we'll keep giving you a little looks to the past. I have been all year, whether you realize, not been playing my favorite songs here and there. So, and that was certainly one of them with a great memory from high school. So, from long ago, please welcome Mr. B.J. Perez III. couple thoughts for you. So as I said, Mr. Perez and I are very good friends, been very good friends for a long time, and if you're ever around when him and I are just talking, it's, well, you heard the last song. It's a perfect example. You see, I am very thoughtful of the whole year. I say, oh boy, I want to do this song, I want to do that song. I want to end, like, for me, my last performance, Main Street, USA, and Disney. That's perfect for me. So Mr. Perez, I said, hey, you got to pick the song you want to play at your last concert. And that's what he picked. So he makes it too easy for me to pick on him. But on the bright side, that's just his personality, especially where it ends. You know, that's all, folks. I love that. So I'm not going to pick on him too much tonight. So they're going to warm up real quick, do a little tune, and then we'll come back and start the next portion. All right. So we'll go to our next section here with our Symphonic band. Back in October, we had auditions. All the kids had to play music for us. We score them and all of this. And that's how we pick the groups. Because what's important is we don't want to frustrate the students. We don't want to give them things that's above their head, too hard, get discouraged. So that's what the three groups are about. Each one will play what is more difficult or more appropriate for their ability level. So that's how we separate our groups. So this is our Symphonic band. Please welcome the Symphonic band under the direction of Mr. Anthony Smith.
So just for the record, I do not remember this 20-year deal that Mr. Naquin keep talking about. I came with some experience already, so I had time in the bank already. These 20 years, I don't know, Mr. Naquin. It's been a joy the last 4 years. The next song we're gonna play is written by Rob Grice. It's called Too Beautiful. It's entitled Too Beautiful for Words. And so I tell the kids that this song was actually written for me. Without the 20 years.
But I do instrument repair work, been doing that for 30 years. So we're gonna get one more free repair out of me on that concert.
This is why we teach. Never a dull moment. Mr. Naquin, in my career, this has never happened in the middle of a concert. So I'm trying to see. In your career, that just, yeah.
True story. I got stories. I tell you, I got a million of them. We go on the state festival. The first time coming in high school, the first time I took them to the state festival, this and that is, we're in the warm-up room, we have 5 minutes to go, French horn player comes up, my string broke. Oh. It takes more than 5 minutes to do a string. So this is okay, that was nothing. All right. Back to the show.
Guitar last one. For the last tune we just played was Thawing. And we had to stop the concert because there was one note that he had to play by himself. One note. So he had a solo, so we had to make sure, and it was the note that was messed up on the other horn. So we got another horn, so we good. All right, so the last song, you say about Disney stuff, and we teach, we do some teaching and stuff. And so it's gonna be another Disney tune, something familiar from Moana. So we had to do Hawaiian theme, and so they knew I had at least three. They knew that. They knew that. They knew that. I will say this year has been very exciting with Mr. Naquin and Mr. Perez. They have been unfiltered. And so all of this that I've been getting from them, I'm like, wait, I didn't see this the last 3 years. This has been very exciting. It has been my pleasure to learn from these masters in music. So I'm excited to be able to be a part of this. All right, we're gonna play our last song now.
Well, as I said earlier, this, what I would play, and that's been going on really for 2 years, because last year, if you think back at the concerts, we did Second American Folk Rhapsody in the spring. That was one of my, and we did the Stars and Stripes. So I've been playing my favorites the last 2 years, really. And that's great. I've been enjoying that. And so this year, all the tunes that we played I've already done before, and that's good. I like to challenge myself each year and pick new music. It's new to them. But I said, no, let's finish up with all the things I really enjoyed. So our first piece tonight, with the concert, Dan did a traditional march, and then Mr. Smith did a traditional march. But I don't have a traditional march for this group. This first piece is more of the, it's called Ruckus, and that really does explain what's happening. So I think, so this is the piece, the first three pieces you'll hear from us are the ones we used and we performed with the district this year, and the ones that will be taken to state next week to see how we can do with that. So please welcome the Wind Symphony under the direction of Neil Naquin. This next piece, a polyol of it, goes back, I want to say, I probably played this song near my last couple of years at Archbishop Shaw, which was in the late 90s. I came to the North Shore in 2000, 2001. I went to Pearl River High School for 4 years before I came to Covington. And the reason this piece is in the repertoire, besides, like I said, favorites, is this one goes back to where I really started to understand the concept of how to get slow music to sound better. Because that's a tough one, and a lot of band directors will tell you that. So this sort of goes back to that time, and so it's a beautiful piece, and so you can hear some of that really nice playing from these guys. saying with the band. There's a lot more notes in Ruckus than there is in that, but that is a much harder piece. I have judged many times over the years. I've sat through a few hundred concerts over the year of hearing different groups, and you can always tell how good a group it is when they start playing slow and soft. So they are doing an outstanding job. As I said, we're going to go to state. We're going to Northwestern a week from tomorrow. So we're going to start turning it up a knob and backing off of it, going to burn them out. We're going to kick it on again next week, getting ready for that. Who knows? As I told you, if you were at the last booster meeting, you're like, well, maybe we'll go. I'm like, my heart feels okay. I guess we'll go. So this next piece, this one is very special. Again, all these things mean something to me. Shaker Variants, first of all, is based on, you heard a little bit of it in our warm-up, but it's based on Copeland's Appalachian Spring. So you all know the shaker melody, and all of that, that's fine. But what's special about this piece is I can remember, I'm sitting in a band room, I'm not sure, this is again, 90s-ish, around that time. And I'm having a sectional with my trumpets at that time. It was kind of a tough section for us. And we were playing this, and all of a sudden I was like, they got it. I mean, they got it. Because when you go to state, there are absolutely no excuses. I told that to the kids. I said, we're going to go to state, and if you do really well at district, which, by the way, they did fantastic at district, they got all ones, and they had, every sheet had A's on it. There was not a single B out of all 4 judges. That's amazing. Yeah, that's only happened a couple of times in all the times I've been teaching. But, so I'm sitting and working this piece, again, at Archbishop Shaw, and I heard the trumpet say, oh my gosh, they got it. And I must have been right, because that was the first time I ever took a group and got a sweepstakes at state. It was that group playing this piece. So I said, hey, we're going to play this piece this year. So here's Shaker Variants. So I cannot speak from the heart because then I get choked up. And my wife said there's no crying in band. So I did write on the back of the program a lot of things that I think and believe and enjoy. This dressing up thing might have been a mistake at some point. So the kids asked me, they said, Mr. Naquin, we got to do something. We got to put something on. I said, okay, well, y'all put something on, but I'm not dressing up. They go, why don't you wear the mascot outfit? Have you seen that thing, big head? I said, absolutely not. Plus, I'd probably suffocate in the thing. So before we play our last number, and we get into the spirit of Disney, we're going to be at Disney. And I mean, when we hear the music, we're just going to go there. It's beautiful. Let me thank all of you. My thank yous are in the program, and I mean, and here's how it went. Thank you all for coming tonight and making this so special, and I'll see you on Main Street.